They've had a dessert. Of course, everybody loves fruit roll-ups. Then there's the little packs with applesauce or whatever, and then yogurts, and of course a juice pack. But the kids love it because they can fix this. They don't have to depend on anyone to make sure that they get something to eat. And, a hungry body means a hungry mind. And when they come to us on Monday, if they've not eaten over the weekend, it's really hard to sit there and learn. So super, super important, not only for their learning, but just their general nutrition and body makeup. So collecting the change is, that's a passion for us. And this is it right here.
Get a shot of that, if you will, Fruit Loops. Look. So, if you're listening on the radio, you're holding a bag of change. So tell me about this.
Each student gets a bag that has a tag on it, and it says "Make a Change Day," and it has the turn-in date, and it also has a QR code. Each student takes the Ziploc baggie home, and we take about 2 weeks or so and give them the opportunity just to throw in their spare change. And, of course, we encourage them to, check the couch, check the car, check your mama's old pocketbooks, anywhere that there could be change, of course, with permission of their parents. And they fill the bag as best they can. And they bring that in, and then we have a day where we go to the credit union, and each school brings their change. We dump it in the machine and get it all counted up. And it's about $7 to pay for this pack.
Okay, that's good to know.
Per student, per week.
So $7 will do one sack pack. Is that right?
Is that about right?
$6.50.
What? Corinne, what was that? I'll bring you on in.
Yeah. It's $6.50 per bag.
Freeman.
And that's because we try to make sure that each bag does contain 6 mini meals, and so enough to get you over the weekend.
Yeah.
And to kind of supplement that, because as Jenny said, that if you're worried about hunger, that's all you're worried about. That's what your focus is. That's what you're thinking about. You are not listening to your teacher read a story. You're not listening about how leadership and character development. You are listening for when is lunch. And so, because you need to feed your belly. And so, we want to make sure that within the sack pack that those meals are there, and the cost has increased a little bit over the years, has everything. But, this baggie of change, that this right here is a sack pack. This is you helping a student over the weekend to make sure that they have access to those nutritional items, and so and being able to share that. And we make sure every one of our bags is we have the note on there. It's because Jesus loves you, and that is in 3 different languages, and so that all the students in our schools know that. So
Amen.
It's in English, Spanish, and Ukrainian. So
Amen.
And we have
Perez says Corinne Freeman, of course, a longtime friend, executive director of the Caring Place. Steve, here's what I want to do. Because we got a lot of people listening who may not be involved in a school. They may not be going to a school this morning. They should, but probably aren't. No, here's what I want to do. We're going to open the phone lines at 423-614-6499. Volunteer Rid of Pest phone line. Hey, Eric Gardner, let's pony up here. He owns Volunteer Rid of Pest. I'm just going to open the lines. And if you want to make a donation, do it. We're going to be here till about another 30 minutes or so. And we live in one of the wealthiest communities in the state. I've said it many times, Corinne, we've talked about this, that it is absolutely deplorable that a child go hungry in Cleveland, Tennessee. It's stupid. The boys and girls don't say that. It's Bridget said that. Used AI again on my voice. No, it's ridiculous. So I want you to call us. And you think about that now. We start thinking, okay, $6.50 for a sack pack, one. Multiply that out. Let us know what you're going to do here. Come on. 423-614-6499. Just call the station or text. Bridget, you take text over there, is that right?
That's right. Same number, 614-6499.
We're going to give you the same opportunity these schools have, because these are our children. No child in Cleveland, Tennessee, that's ridiculous, should go hungry. We raise a lot of money for toys at Christmas. You are wonderful people. Wonderful people. But I want to tell you, even more than that, it's a child eating. That's ridiculous. It almost makes me mad. Hey, Steve Montgomery, what do you say to people this morning?
Well, I just say what an important program that this is, and if you're going to get a cup of coffee or something this morning, absolutely, and you think, you know what, I'm going to donate this money towards Make a Change Day, I would encourage you to do that. What a vital program this is for our kids. We send out close to 600 sack packs, 650 a week. A week. This is every Friday. And so what a great, just what a unbelievable program we have. And I would encourage the community and everyone in the community this morning to donate towards this cause. And I believe it really will make you feel good about yourself, and it also will make our kids have something to eat on the weekend.
It'll feed children. 650 sack packs go out every Friday. Want to bring in, we got some other guests here this morning. Olivia Gaines is the housing navigator at the United Way, the Ocoee region. Also, we're joined by our friends from the Boys and Girls Club, I believe. Is that right?
Yes.
Give me your name.
I'm Elizabeth Taylor. I'm our Jacobs Unit Director.
Oh, right here. I'm sorry, Elizabeth Taylor. I thought you were the actress. I thought the actress was here. And anyway, Elizabeth Taylor is here with the Boys and Girls Club of the Ocoee region, the Jacobs Unit. Ed Jacobs. We better be. Yeah. I'm sure we're hearing from Ed. Money collected supports not only the caring place, but also I'm going to begin with you, Elizabeth. The Boys and Girls Club after school care. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so what makes us really unique as an after-school program is that we're not just there to babysit your kids. Our mission statement is to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as caring, productive, and responsible citizens. So any funding that we can possibly get gets to help us with that mission in our programming and materials and opportunities for our kids that they wouldn't have elsewhere. And it's the kids who need us most, the kids that the caring place are helping feed on the weekends. It's the kids that are not as privileged as other kids in Cleveland. We may be wealthy, but it may not be every single family. And so we're here for those families that don't have those opportunities to help them become caring, productive, responsible, and holistically just encourage and empower them in every way we can. That's exactly right. Olivia, tell me about your position there at the United Way as housing navigator.
Yeah, so I work with our Housing United program at the United Way, and this is a collaborative, rapid rehousing-based program at the United Way in partnership with our friends at the Caring Place. And so we work with families, children, and individuals in our community that are experiencing homelessness. We provide them long-term case management, housing navigation services to help them transition back to stable housing, because we know that to live a productive life, you got to have a roof over your head. We also work to prevent families from falling into a cycle of homelessness through eviction prevention. So we offer one-time rent and mortgage assistance. And our program truly aims to address those root causes of homelessness for our families while providing them the necessary resources and support that they need to build a brighter and more secure future for their families.
Well, that is just tremendous. The money collected supports these programs. Of course, the SAC Pack Plus, the Boys and Girls Club After School Care and Housing United. We're going to take a break here. Thank you very much. We are taking phone calls and text messages, Bridget. If people want to get involved here, $6.50 buys a sack pack. They should be lined up.
That's right.
People should be lined up doing this right now.
That's right. Our number 423-614-6499. You can call or text in your pledge. Again, 423-614-6499.
Got a news update right here.
The Mix 104.1 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com.
All right, Mix 104.1, local and state news. A long-planned I-75 widening project will break ground in 2032. We have other road work updates. Bradley County Commission, Cleveland Board of Education, both met last night. More on all of that at the top of the hour. Also, we have a very timely interview at about 7:55 this morning with Senator Bill Hagerty. We're going to be joined by Senator Hagerty. He's going to preview the president's address to Congress tonight at 9 o'clock.
This news update brought to you by Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Good
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. Crews are working an accident this morning on Blue Springs Road at 20th Street, and then also a report of a broken down tractor trailer. Tractor trailer is actually in a ditch at 37th Street near Barney's Lane. That's going to be just off Michigan Avenue, 20th Street area. So be aware of that. And then taking a look at the Langley Roofing traffic cameras. Crews are working an accident on the Interstate I-75 southbound around the East Brainerd exit. It is blocking the left lane there, and traffic backed up. Nearly to Shallowford Road at this point, the Highway 153 split there. So be aware of that if you're headed toward Chattanooga this morning. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid of Pest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. This traffic report is brought to you by Southland Finance. Exciting changes are happening at Southland Finance. They're still here to offer the same services they always have and so much more. Call or stop by their Cleveland office at the corner of 25th Street and Peerless Road. Find out how Southland Finance is growing to serve you.
All right, special morning 7. Turn my mic. Yeah, thanks, Fruit Loops. You're finally helpful about something. Screaming at me. Your mic's not on. Whatever, I don't care. I'm loud enough. Do I need a microphone?
No,
I don't think I do.
Nope.
Okay, so special morning here, really a special hour of Bradley County Schools and the United Way of the Ocoee region as we focus in on the Sack Pack program. Big collection day coming up, make a change day, I should say, coming up. One of the beneficiaries is the Sack Pack, along with the other programs, Boys and Girls Clubs and Housing United. Going to continue that. Coming up also, big sports report is next with postseason basketball and a Bradley-Cleveland Region Championship girls game set up for tomorrow night after last night, plus the big night tonight at Walker. What are we doing, stand-up comedy out there? Get all these principals and educators together, all you hear is a bunch of laughter. Why don't they try doing some work? Man,
They're having a good time.
are they really? What are they doing out there?
I don't know.
A family reunion? All right, back in a second. If there is a family reunion, just pass me the potato salad. I mean, they get on their children for being loud, and all they do in there is screaming. Are you kidding me? 7:30.
Listen up, Cleveland. The wait is over. Josh Porter here with Optimize You, the region's #1 hormone replacement.
At summer camp, kids find their why. Friendship and fun. A world of adventure beneath a golden sun. When kids find new passions, they find their why. Summer camp season starts soon. Find your why for a better us.
Hey, it's Josh with exciting news from Wholesale Supply. I want to introduce you to Piper's Picks, now available in our Chattanooga, Cleveland, and Dalton markets. Thanks to our partnership with Piper Strummett and our friends at Progress Lighting, Piper's Picks brings you the latest trends and styles in decorative lighting. Browse our curated selection in our showrooms and make lighting your project easier than ever. Visit Wholesale Supply today and discover Piper's Picks, where style meets innovation. To find out more information and a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more.
This is Roy Michael Roman with RMR Legal PLLC, Cleveland's newest hometown 24/7 law firm for all your legal needs. Give us a call at 423-528-8484.
Bridget, the question everyone has on their minds, what's happening at McDonald's?
Well, now at McDonald's, you can get a head start on your morning with any size iced coffee and any flavor like caramel, French vanilla, or plain for just $1 until 11 a.m. That's at McDonald's.
Today's best mix, best variety mix, 104.1 inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center, 733.
Thank you to all the families that have and continue to purchase all your mattress needs from locally owned Mermaid Mattress. Keeping your dollars local is important, and so is buying from a family, not a firm.
All right, for today, we're going to be under a wind advisory from 1 o'clock this afternoon through 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll have a cold front moving through later this evening. The timing for our listing area is between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Limited severe threat, but heavy rain and strong winds are possible. Gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour possible for several hours this evening, so be aware of that. A high of 68 and a low of 51 this evening. For tomorrow, cloudy skies and still windy in the morning. A high of 57 and a low low of 32. And then on Thursday, cloudy early in the day, becoming mostly sunny by afternoon with a high of 53. Your current Milligan Vein temperature is 38 degrees. Taking a look at the central heat and air radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Aubrey's of Cleveland. Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious food in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner.
I hit the wrong button. Stop in tonight for dinner at Aubrey's of Cleveland and try the Pizza Rockefeller. Ask for the Heartline. I walk in, I just get it ready. All right. Huh?
Oh, I was just laughing.
How was Miami? And we're live, 7:34. The Town Squire has a great selection of sportswear. Larry says it may be the best in 48 years. Peter Millard, Volunteer Traditions, Johnny O at the Town Squire. Stewart Park Plaza, Keith Street, Cleveland. The CHI Memorial Sports Desk, sponsored in part by the Town Squire. Good morning. All right, last night, the girls' region semifinals in basketball. Bradley. By the way, these games held at Cleveland High School last night. Bradley over East Hamilton, 101-18. Cleveland High School defeated Ooltewah. Lauren Hurst led the way, 64-40 over Ooltewah. All right, so that sets up this. We'll have Bradley Cleveland in the girls' region championship game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Cleveland High School. And we'll have double coverage tomorrow night, Mix 104.1, and Shelton and I will have it on MixTV.tv. Gary Owenby, Steve Wills on Mix 104.1. But now, so Bradley Cleveland, because they won last night, both teams are guaranteed a sub-state game this Saturday night. The winner will host a sub-state. The loser of tomorrow night's region championship will travel to Middle Tennessee on Saturday night. All right. Also tonight, the boys' region semifinals at Walker Valley High School. Walker Valley will take on the boys. Will take on East Hamilton, 6 o'clock. Bradley will play McMinn County boys tonight at 7:30. We'll have both games here on Mix 104.1. And that'll be right here tonight. Meigs County over Kingston, 60-49 last night. Girls action. McMinn Central, the Chargerettes of Johnny Morgan, over Tellico Plains, 76-49. Hello, Copper Basin. They listened to us up on the Basin this morning. They defeated, big win, guys, last night. Oh, God. Over South Pittsburgh, 70-27. Glad to see some intelligent people finally walking in, and I don't mean you. Chris Green is here. Who picked out your shirt-tie combination? Oh, that's nice. Whew, man, that's depressing. Oh, yeah, I got a picture there. Oh, Lord, Kurt Campbell's here. Oh, nice. Just getting better. All right, so in a special meeting Monday, TSSAA approved a rule change to allow student-athletes to transfer schools without losing eligibility. It's a huge deal, folks. So long, there's a caveat here. So long as it falls under the parameters of academic, social, emotional, environmental, or mental health needs. It was an 8-4 vote of the Board of Control yesterday, and it's a decades-long rule. It's a big change. A student can move into another district, transfer, so this is a big deal, without having to move or sit out a year. Jimmy Johnson has retired from Fox NFL Sunday. He's 81. Part of the original cast, 1994, left 2 years later going to coaching. Of course, Chris was his ball boy back with the Dolphins. Remember that, Chris, when you were the ball boy for Jimmy Johnson? They called him Bobby Boucher at that time. Anyway, and he's been back since 2002. Really? The pink on pink? What's happening there, man? I'm sorry. You realize we're on TV. There he is. Ron Markle joins us, Edward Jones financial advisor. Ron, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Steve. How are you today?
I'm doing good. What happened to Bobby? Is he back in AA? What's going on?
Well, he got a cough last week, and he just can't seem to shake it, and he was also out of town a little bit, so he asked me if I could pinch hit for him today.
Well, hey, we're glad to have you, Ron. Tell us what's going on.
Well, the market's certainly been up and down lately, and so yesterday the Dow finished down 650 points, or 1.4%, and the NASDAQ was down 497 points, or 2.64%, and the S&P was down 105 points, or 1.76%. So we're seeing a lot of market fluctuation, and obviously three kind of big stories kind of taking place with the story in Ukraine and then tariffs getting ready to start, and then if we'll potentially extend these 2017 tax cuts. So certainly a lot of things, paying attention to what the market's going to do.
Absolutely. So, Ryan, how do people get a hold of you there at Edward Jones?
Absolutely. You can get us, our address is 2060 North Ocoee Street, right across from the Century 21 building, or our office number is 423-473-2215.
Ron Markle, finally somebody intelligent. Thank you very much. I'm glad to talk with you.
Appreciate it, Steve. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks. It is 21 before the hour.
Hey, it's Josh with exciting news from Wholesale Supply.
It's the President's Day sales event at Crown CDJR Cleveland. Shop over 230 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get financing as low as 0% for up to 72 months. Crown CDJR, the better way to buy and service.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature in Cleveland is brought to you by Milligan Vane.
We're concentrating on Make a Change Day, and we're joined by several Bradley County school principals with us this morning. Want to begin with Kirk Campbell. Kirk, come on up. He's the principal at Charleston. Kirk, good morning.
Morning. How are you, Steve?
Like a third grade reunion. You, Chris, and myself.
Hey.
We're in Miss Balmer's class at Stewart Elementary.
I know. We dropped a little knowledge out there, and I mean, people fell out of their chairs. They couldn't believe it. So,
obviously, Miss Balmer needs to start dressing Chris. That pink on pink is really not him. All right. Hey, Kirk, what does the Sack Pack program mean to Charleston?
well, for us, it means our kids are fed. You know, at the end of the day, it goes back to that. What we want to do is serve as a community. We want to serve our kids and serve our families. And so that's the opportunity, what it does. And so our kids don't go hungry. And so it's that's an amazing part about our community is that something like this, they rally just like if there's anything, and they go and they serve and they want to give back. And so it's just so our kids and our families don't go hungry. And it's, it takes off a lot of pressure knowing that food's coming every week.
Just incredible. As we said a few minutes ago, a sack pack cost about $6.50, and we're encouraging our audience to also get involved. Of course, they're going to be taking the collection at Bradley County Schools on Friday, but you can call or text us if you want to buy a sack pack, $6.50. Hello, Lori Riyadh. Lori is the principal of North Lee. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm going to just ask you the same thing. Tell me what this means at North Lee.
Well, the same thing that Mr. Campbell said. There's so many families that we have that receive those sack packs, and they have food over the weekend and also other programs that United Way also. So this is not just for sack packs. So also the other programs like Boys and Girls Club and the different resources that they provide our school and our families, it's just immeasurable. So we're very thankful and grateful.
Absolutely. So glad to have you. Dr. Ruthie Paney's the principal of Michigan Avenue Elementary. Dr. Paney, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Same thing. What does this entire program mean to you in Michigan Avenue?
You know, when we think about children, they can't learn if they're hungry. And we have, through a grant through the state, we have free breakfast and free lunch every day, but we still worry about the weekends. And so we have at Michigan Avenue over 50 students that take home sack packs. And so that's real personal for us, the raising of the money, because we know that these children would be fragile over the weekend and then come in Monday not ready to learn. And so we are so grateful for what United Way does and this opportunity. And we just encourage everyone to give because we're all a community, and it impacts all of our kids. So that's really for us. We just want our kids ready to learn and to be happy and secure when they go home on the weekends.
Absolutely. Thank you, Doctor. Jeremy Jones joins us. He's the principal of Valley View Elementary. Jeremy, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you, Steve?
I'm good, man. So, same question out in the Valley View community.
I think for us, we talk about that we have our numbers and we have our students that have been identified, but the bigger picture is that there's still families that this doesn't reach. Last week I had a conversation with some individuals, and because of, they work, they're proud, they want to provide, but still the need was there, but not that willingness to kind of step out and share and reach out. And so not only are we serving kids that we're aware of, but there's more people out there. And so just knowing how we meet these needs, I think everyone needs to be aware that there's a larger need out there that maybe people don't make known. And so for all of those that are supporting, we appreciate it, but there is a larger population that we need to help serve.
Jeremy Jones, thanks. Chris Green is the principal of Black Fox Elementary School. Chris, what does this mean out at Black Fox?
Just to kind of reiterate everything everybody has said so far, just the security of knowing that there's food and resources going home. But this program, this Make a Change event, Mr. Montgomery and his counselor, Ms. Jenny, have done just such a great job organizing it. And he was just saying how much it's grown through the years. A little idea was everybody giving just a little bit, their spare change added up amongst a wonderful community like ours will, just adds and takes the pressure off sort of the families of all of our communities, and especially at Black Fox, we have several students and families that utilize this program.
Bridget just sent me a note. If we auctioned off your shirt and tie, could we get some change? I think I'd probably bring about 50 cents. Maybe. Was that from Larry Green?
My wife's going to be offended that you're making fun of my pink.
Jamie?
She always says she likes my pink.
And I know this. Jamie's got that eye appointment later this afternoon. Now, if she ever gets her eyes fixed, she's calling Jimmy Logan. You're out.
That's always a possibility.
All right. Thanks, Chris. It's very meaningful to have you. Jenny, come on up here. My goodness, what a wonderful team we have here. And, of course, you represent Prospect.
Absolutely. I mean, we couldn't do it without the support of the principals. Mm-hmm. They control what goes on at their schools, and we have such a wonderful group of principals that jumped right on board and are helping us to help children and their families. And that's what it's all about. Day in and day out, we see the need. Day in and day out, we see needs that aren't being met, like Chris said, because of pride. We know that there's greater need out there.
That's right.
And we live in a county that, like you said earlier this morning, it is so rich and it is so giving. And we're just asking people to take the time to give so that our children come to school ready to learn. Mr. Montgomery made the comment about, if you're going to go pick up that expensive coffee, how about not getting coffee for a day? How about saying, I'm going to pledge, I'm not going to get that coffee for a week. And I'm going to donate that money so that children have food. I'll drink the coffee at work.
There you go.
It's something just as simple as that. We all make a contribution, but do we make a contribution that really matters? This matters.
That's right.
So we're just asking everybody to step up and help provide for our kids. We talked out in the lobby about the three of you going to elementary school together or high school.
I know. Stuart, by the way, Stuart School does not claim us. We are completely off the rolls. And that's as far as Chris went. He graduated 5th grade.
When you guys were in school, you probably heard someone say, you better straighten up because you're our future. You're going to be our leaders of the future. And here we are.
Yeah, sadly.
Here we are. So we're not only feeding children that have a need on the weekend, we're feeding children that are our future leaders.
That's right, Jen.
And that's where it comes down to. And we're thankful for every donation that we get. We're thankful for all the support of the community, all the support of our partners, all the support of the principals. It couldn't happen without everybody working together.
I want to also thank the corporate partners in Make a Change Day this year. Southern Heritage Bank branches, Southeastern Container, Sunrise Rotary, Old Navy. I see, Chris, there's some choices over at Old Navy. Maybe you want to look over there. Or Larry's. Hey, Larry, give up, Chris. The Taunton Square. United Way and United Way. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to have to buy donuts for a year now. Wait, I already do. United Way and United Way's Young Professionals Circle. The Caring Place Volunteers, my Lord. They put those bags together every Wednesday. Thank you, Cleveland State, for hosting that every Wednesday. The Boys and Girls Club. All right, we're going to take a quick break right here. We'll come back with more. Senator Bill Hagerty at just about 5 or 6 minutes from now going to preview the joint address, the President's joint address of Congress tonight. A lot to talk about. They'll be live from Washington. But, Bridget, I tell you what, let's get another check of our Simmons Bank celebration list. What's up?
Okay, happy birthday to my nephew, Jamison Baggett. He is 17 today. He's a student at Bradley Central. Also, Declan McDonald is 7 years old today, a student at Waterville Elementary. And then Kenna Bryson is sweet 16 today, a cheerleader at Walker Valley. Call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. You can visit the new location of Simmons Bank in Cleveland at the corner of Keith Street and Stewart Road. Call Kyle 423-381-3429.
Well, Bridget, Dolly Parton's husband, Carl Dean, died on Monday at the age of 82. They were married in Ringgold, Georgia, as teenagers. And I'm about to play one of her most famous songs. I read a story this morning in the New York Times, a little background on this song, which I had never known. This song is about a bank teller. Carl Dean and Dolly had just gotten married, and she told the story. They quoted her. I've never heard this. They have just gotten married. And Carl, there was a bank teller paying a lot of attention to Carl Dean. And Carl Dean was spending a lot of time at the bank, and Dolly said, I know we don't have that much money. You're spending a lot of time at the bank. Jolene. That's where Jolene came from.
Wow. Magnolia Dental Center of Cleveland wants to welcome you to the Magnolia family, a local dental clinic that uses their God-given knowledge and skills to bless our community through dentistry, checkups and cleanings, fillings and crowns, dentures and partials, emergency dental care, and so much more. Conveniently located at 2190 Chambliss Avenue. Call them at 476-3307 to set up an appointment today for you and your loved ones, ages 12 and up. Free exam and x-ray through March 31st.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight.com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go.com? Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
Hardee's original bag packs 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink for just $6.99. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 original bag, only at Hardee's.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Hi, my name is Everest and I'm from Walker Valley High School. Vaping nicotine has become a serious issue in our schools. Over 40% of high school students have reported that they have used a vape, and the number is only rising. It's time to escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
Your time matters, and at Direct Primary Care Associates, we know that. Listen to Shauna as she explains how we've helped her.
Being a working mom, owning my own business and having children, direct primary care is so much more convenient for me because I can just pick up my phone, shoot a message to my doctor, tell him what's going on, and he can give me an answer right then. If I need to go in, I know it's going to be a quick visit. I go in and then I'm out. I don't have time to drive to the doctor, sit for an hour in a waiting room, and then sit for even longer waiting on the doctor to come in while my child is destroying the office. So my time, I feel like, is worth as much as the doctor's time. And with direct primary care, I'm treated that way.
If you'd like to learn more about Direct Primary Care Associates, visit our website at directpca.com or call 423-650-4831.
5 o'clock each and every day, sponsored in part by our friends at Toyota of Cleveland. All right, it is 6 minutes before 8, and we are joined by Senator Bill Hagerty of the Volunteer State. Good morning, Senator.
Steve, good morning. Great to be with you today.
Well, so glad to have you, and obviously so much happening in this nation and, of course, around the world. And as we get ready for the president to address the joint session of Congress tonight, we'll talk about that in a moment, but so much to talk about. And so I'm just going to get started here. I do want to get your take on what everyone's talking about when President Zelensky of Ukraine came to the White House and in the Oval Office on Friday. Senator, we saw what happened. Maybe what are people missing, or give us a little context, would you?
Well, I'm happy to do it, Steve. I think I'm the only person who has himself been a diplomat that serves in the United States Senate. What we witnessed with Zelensky was a massive diplomatic fail. The deal was done. I talked to Scott Besson, our Treasury Secretary. The deal had been fully negotiated. Zelensky thought somehow he could come into the room in front of the cameras and press President Trump and JD into adding to the deal, giving him more, trying to create a greater advantage against Putin. Trump just wants to solve this. He's not trying to give an advantage to one party or the other. He just wants it over. And there was Zelensky trying to press. And, I think you never do that in an open camera situation. But he was probably advised by his ambassador or by others that the way to do it would be the way they would have done the previous administration. All Joe Biden ever cared about was the press release and getting in front of the cameras in the Rose Garden. So Biden might have agreed to anything that Zelensky brought up. In fact, he seemed to agree to anything Zelensky ever asked for. But President Trump's not that way. He's not going to get rolled by Vladimir Zelensky. And Zelensky showed disrespect. He showed terrible diplomatic judgment. I don't know who advised him, but I would guess that the Ukrainian ambassador's probably getting her resume together. She should resign. I know I would if I were responsible for that sort of mess. So I think Zelensky, is going to go back home, lick his wounds. He's going to wind up signing the deal. President Trump will go about, making the best deal he can. But Zelensky did not help himself one bit with that heinous performance that he put on in front of the whole world.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty. So what you believe there will be more talks? So we understand last night, of course, it's being reported the United States is pausing aid to the Ukraine.
Well, President Trump's got to get a willing partner on the other side. And Zelensky demonstrated that he's not yet in the right mindset and not yet in the right place. It's done. They want it over. Zelensky, a wartime president, is reveling in his popularity. He's able to maintain the presidency as long as he's in a state of war. They've got martial law there. Perhaps this is good in his mind for his own political future or for his power base. But I don't think the Ukrainian people appreciate what happened at all.
We are joined by Senator Bill Hagerty on a monumental day in the nation's capital. More on that coming up in just a moment. But, of course, also another top story this morning, Senator, is tariffs. And the United States enacted tariffs this morning on Canada, Mexico. Warren Buffett said on CBS this past Sunday it was called an act of war. What does it mean, Senator Hagerty, for consumers listening in or watching us this morning here in Tennessee?
Well, Warren Buffett, certainly a thoughtful business person. I didn't see the CBS thing, but calling this an act of war, why don't you tell it to the parents who lost their children to fentanyl overdoses? Why don't you tell it to Lake and Riley's parents? We've already had a war that's been unleashed on our country, and it's coming across that southern border, and it's being fueled by China, coming across the northern border in Canada. President Trump has been very clear. It needs to end. They need to step up and do their part. They've made some progress, but in President Trump's view, not enough. This is more pressure to to try to save more lives in America. That's a high priority for President Trump, and I think that's something that we're going to see him deploy more and more, putting America's interests first and forcing these countries to step up. If you think about the imbalance that we've tolerated, Steve, you got to go all the way back to World War II. After World War II, economies in Europe, Japan, etc., were decimated. We didn't want those economies turning to communism. We actually made very favorable terms of trade with those economies so that they would do business with us. They would rebuild, and they would rebuild in the form of allies rather than adversaries. We should have time-limited those deals. We should have put some type of GDP per capita limit on those deals. Instead, what we have today are extraordinary imbalances, and President Trump is here to fix them. You just look at what it cost when we build a car here in America and send it to Germany. They charge a 10% tariff. The Germans build a car there and send it to us, 2.5%. Who would do that deal today? Well, you know the answer, Steve. Nobody would do that deal. So when President Trump talks about reciprocity, he wants to see the tariffs brought to even. He wants the non-tariff barriers. These are regulations, localization requirements, et cetera, brought to zero, and he wants to see an end to the subsidies. If all that can happen, we're going to open the markets up. There'll be more economies of scale available for us and for our allies. And the adversaries that don't play by the same set of rules, they'll be chilling because we're not going to let them play by a different set of rules that disadvantage our companies.
Senator Bill Hagerty joins us again. Very glad to have the senator on an extremely busy day. Is there going to be temporary discomfort, do you think, for people as we're getting reports of higher cost and companies passing this on to people? And you mentioned automotive, building materials, food, so and so.
Yes, I would fully expect that there'll be temporary discomfort. What we're trying to do is change the status quo. And, the incumbents never want to change the status quo. But tell that to the 70,000 plus children who have died, and tell it to their parents when you think about the fentanyl crisis. And Joe Biden just stood by and watched it year after year after year build. The cartels are running wild in our countries, Venezuela gangs in Tennessee. This has to come to an end. President Trump said it will come to an end. And he's putting our safety and security first. Our economic security will follow. But what he's doing is finding ways to exert maximum pressure to get our allies to do their jobs and to step up. And so my hope is that they'll see the gravity of the situation, they'll see how serious President Trump is, and they will begin to take moves that will earn them back into the proper trading fold with us. And, we've got a big trade agreement with the USMCA. It needs to be modified and adjusted because China's figured out how to abuse it. But I think if we get everybody to roll their sleeves up and get at the table, we'll wind up in a better place in the long run. But as you point out, Steve, it's going to be bumpy getting there.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty, and now another big topic. It's really the last one, then we'll move on to tonight, and that is DOGE. And Senator, here is what when I talk to people here in Cleveland and Bradley County, and these are conservatives. I mean, a lot of these people voted for the president, but there is some concern about Elon Musk. And there is some concern about the way in which some of this is going down. Are you hearing that? It seems as if we're beginning there. I mean, and a lot of people are saying, they understand what's happening, but maybe the way it's being done, Senator, tell me about that.
Well, I certainly am not surprised at what you're hearing because the Democrat Party and their allies in the media have done everything they possibly can to demonize Elon, to make him out as though he were the Antichrist. Look, he's working for President Trump, trying to find waste, fraud, and abuse, and what we're finding is there's a tremendous amount of it. I would encourage you, I sat down with Elon just to talk about what he had done at Twitter and how this might happen, and what he's doing is he's trying to make certain, in the first instance, that we're paying for stuff that we're actually getting, that we're not sending benefits to people that are dead or not on the rolls. He's trying to clean this operation up. And the pearl clutching and all of this stuff, you really step back and think about why are they so nervous, particularly why are the Democrats calling this an end to democracy? What Elon's pointed out, and I would encourage everyone who's interested to watch the clip between Elon and Joe Rogan, what he's pointed out is that there have been a series of what they call non-governmental organizations, or NGOs for short, that have been erected all over the Washington, D.C. area and other places. And what we do is we send federal money to these NGOs. These NGOs take, huge payouts for their management team, and those NGOs, on a very unaccountable basis, do things that would be illegal for the U.S. government to do. You think about who's operating over in Mexico that are being funded by by American tax dollars. You've seen some of the things that fell out of USAID. Why in the world would we be paying for sex change operations in Guatemala? Why are we funding UNRWA at the United Nations when we know they were involved with Hamas in the October 7th slaughter? Yet Joe Biden went back and fully funded UNRWA. We are going to defund these sorts of activities. We're going to get America back supporting Americans and not supporting these woke causes, putting other nations ahead of ourselves. I think the average person, whether they be in Cleveland and Bradley County or across the state of Tennessee, or frankly across America, are nodding their heads and saying it's about time.
All right, Senator Bill Hagerty. All right, now to the main event tonight. The president will address a joint session of Congress. You will be, obviously, in the chamber tonight. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. The president has had the past 4 years to really think through how he wants to step in and address aggressively the demise that Joe Biden set our nation on, and President Trump wants to put us back on top again. And it's already started happening. Frankly, it started happening from the point of the election before he even took office. If you think about how some of our foreign allies and adversaries have changed their behavior, the UK steps up their defense expenditures to 2.5% of their GDP. The Europeans are saying, hey, maybe we should stop buying Russian LNG and buy U.S. LNG. These things all started happening before Trump even took office. And now that he's coming in, cutting out all of this DEI waste and ESG waste and all of these things that are so beyond the mandates of these departments and agencies, streamlining them, getting them back to the basics, and focusing on delivering the services that the American public needs and wants. That's where we're going. I think you're going to hear a lot about efficiency. You're going to hear a lot about optimism, his vision for a stronger United States in the world. And I'll tell you this, Steve, every international CEO or leader that I talk with who's traveling the world says that all the optimism and all the desire to invest and grow is in the United States right now. They're not going to Europe. They're not going to Asia. They're looking at this market because they know President Trump is going to create an environment where capital can be invested, and if capital is invested, then jobs come from that. The growth that we had during the Biden administration in jobs were largely government and government-related jobs. President Trump wants to see the private sector growing and get these government jobs that have vastly bloated under Biden. Right-size that, streamline that, and start to work on this $26 trillion worth of debt that we piled on our children and grandchildren's shoulders.
Senator Bill Hagerty from the volunteer state of Tennessee on a very busy morning. Senator, we can't thank you enough for your time this morning.
Always great to be with you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Senator Bill Hagerty, of course, who will be in the chamber tonight when the president will address the nation at 9 o'clock. The address will begin at 10 minutes after 9 officially, and then that'll be followed by the Democratic response. Senator Slotkin of Michigan will give the Democratic response at that time. Expect a late night. The president, looking at the president's official travel, his official schedule that the White House puts out every morning, and the president is not going to be back to the White House until 11:30 tonight. So put on a pot of coffee this evening and get ready. A very, very important night. All right, it is 8:07. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to catch up a little bit here and then come back and get back with it. We've got some more guests coming in as more of our friends will join us. Again, we've been spotlighting earlier this morning the United Way of the Ocoee region and the Make a Change Day. The collection day is Friday. It benefits the Sack Pack program. Now, if you're not familiar with that, the Sack Pack, there's a sack of food given to children, about 650 children every Friday, so they can eat over the weekend. A lot of these children get free breakfast and lunch at school. They're obviously not at school, and so there are hungry children here. A couple of things happening. Change is being brought to Bradley County schools this Friday. They've been working on this for 2 weeks. I challenge our audience to get involved. You know, you are, I make fun of you all the time, but you are, by the way, I make fun of people I love. I really do. And I need to get that worked out, but not everybody but you.
Don't ever make fun of me again then.
I will never do it. But no, these are the best people in the world, Bridget. They really are. Mm-hmm. They gave $260,000 last December, our empty stocking fund. And that's wonderful. That's the love of God. toys for children. But folks, there is nothing more foundational than a child eating. And we live in the one of the wealthiest communities in this state. There is no excuse. Let's all band together. So what I'm saying is, a sack pack, listen to me please. A sack pack costs $6.50. I know there are thousands of people listening right now and watching right now who will start. Here's all I'm asking. I would love on Friday, when they do the collection, to be able to tell my buddy Steve Montgomery and United Way. Now, this also goes not just for Sack Pack. It goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs. It goes for United Way Housing and their housing, finding people homes. I would love to say our audience gave whatever. So here's a question. Will you give, here's what I want you to do, that's all I'm asking, on behalf of 650, sometimes up to 800 children every Friday, would you give $6.50? I want these lines to ring. I want the phone to ring off the wall. That's all I'm asking. Buy one sack pack. Who will do it? Get us started. There should be a line out of Cleveland to do this. This is not hard. Okay? All you have to do, call or text 423-614-6499. Now, that's the volunteer Redapest mix line. Eric Gardner, I'm putting you down, buddy. I'm going to put you down myself. Cleveland State Cougar line. Hey, Cleveland State. Now, I'm going to say, listen, Cleveland State hosts the packing of those bags every Wednesday. They're doing it tomorrow. God bless them for doing that. They've continued it. So who'll donate $6.50? Bridget, remind us of the numbers here.
423-614-6499. You can call or text. If you're texting in, of course, include the pledge amount and your name as well.
I'm just asking for $6.50. $6.50. That'll buy one sack of. Let me say this. Let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. Parents, grandparents, listen to me. If your child eats over the weekend, consider yourself challenged right now. If your child has enough food to eat over the weekend, I'm not going to say I expect you to call, I don't, but give us a call, would you, or text in. I really feel like we're going to do something here. So, because on Friday, I want to say, you know what, Steve and Steve Montgomery and you folks from United Way, I want to be able to say this audience, wonderful, wonderful people, they're giving. So our phones are ringing, our texts are coming in. I'm so far behind them in front. But let me tell you something. I think you know me by now after all this time. I don't care about schedules when it comes to children eating. That does not matter to me. I'll stop the whole thing. I've got a little bit of power here. Just a little bit. Very small amount of pull here. We'll change the schedule. They're lined out the door to come in this hour, and God bless them. But you know what? These are wonderful people, and they'd make a U-turn out of this building. What I'm saying is, that's how these people give their money. $6.50. Come on. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. These lines are ringing. Thank you. The texts are coming in. Thank you. 423. This is for children eating. Okay? If we can't do that, we can't do anything. 423-614-6499. If your child is going to eat this weekend, unlike between 650 to 800 children, call me, please. Text us, please. Friday is the deadline. Maybe you want to get together. Hey, maybe you're at your work. You say, well, you know what? We'll put something together. Do it. You're wonderful people. Why? Hey, again, I should be in a hurry, but I'm not. Why is I'll leave it here. I promise you, I'll leave it here. Why is Cleveland and Bradley County so blessed? Why, during a recession in 2008, did we have $1 billion investment to the north and $1 billion investment to the... Because you're the givingest people in God's world. That's why. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a biblical principle. You can't get away from it. Call me, please. 423-614-6499. Text me, please. 423-614-6499. I'm asking for $6.50 to feed a child. That's it. All right, thanks. Back in a moment. Now the FCC is going to get on us because now we're late in the ID. I should have played that. But we're looking forward to hearing from you. Let's do it. Come on.
Well, we like to think what makes Andrew Johnson make different is the way we work with our community and our customers. We also have a great staff with a lot of experience that we feel like can help you whatever your need is for banking. I love the community of it. Like I said, I was born and raised here. I've seen it grow, and I love our growth pattern. It's just a great place to live with friendly people that just make you feel at home.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico took effect at midnight with no last-minute negotiations stopping it this time.
No room left for Mexico or for Canada. No, the tariffs, they're all set.
President Trump also imposing higher tariffs on Chinese imports. China and Canada have announced new tariffs on American imports in retaliation. President Trump addresses a joint session of Congress tonight.
He's going to talk about his second-term accomplishments, the economy. Border security will get a high priority, as well as the president's peace plans. Several Democratic lawmakers say they plan to bring federal workers impacted by the DOJ layoffs. The Democratic response will be delivered, we are told, by Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan.
Fox's Kevin Cork. The speech is at 9 o'clock Eastern. The Senate confirms Linda McMahon as Education Secretary. She led the Small Business Administration during the first Trump term. America's listening to Fox News.
From the Logan Thompson Law News Desk, good morning and welcome in here. Cleveland Board of Education met last night. The kindergarten registration at Cleveland City Schools are going to have registration on Saturday, March 29th, the Cleveland High School Raider Arena. Also, the Board of Education, Cleveland City Board of Education, unanimously approved installing cameras on select school buses to catch drivers who fail to stop when buses have their stop signs engaged. The fine for violations will be $250. Police Chief Mark Gibson spoke in favor of the program, emphasizing student safety. Long-planned I-75 widening project will break ground in 2032 when construction funds become available. That, according to TDOT, the $117 million project will expand I-75 from 4 to 6 lanes between exit 11 in Hamilton County and exit 20 here in Bradley County. TDOT confirmed that rights-of-way have been approved. And other roadwork updates, TDOT's 25th and Ocoee Street intersection improvement is set to begin fall of 26. It's in the design phase. The project will move the rights-of-way phase next. Vice Mayor Ken Webb urged officials to keep it a priority, noting its importance. All right, more news on our website, mymix1041.com. Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, 2334 Keith Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777.
Roadhog! Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway and anytime at donledford.com. Crews are still working that accident on the interstate as we take a look at the Langley Roofing traffic cameras. It's I-75 southbound around the East Brainerd exit. It is still blocking the left lane there, and traffic is backed up now to the Bonnie Oaks exit. So if you're headed south toward Chattanooga this morning on the interstate, be aware of that. Again, it's an accident. I-75 southbound, the East Brainerd exit, blocking the left lane. Traffic backed up to the Bonnie Oaks exit. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ritapest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA. Their annual bike-a-thon is coming up tomorrow. We're going to be there live in the morning here on Mix 104.1 and MixTV.tv. Your donations support programs like Rocksteady Boxing, Live Strong at the Y, after-school care, swim lessons, income-based memberships, and so much more. Find out more at clevelandtnymca.org. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
During the President's Day sales event at Crown CDJR Cleveland,
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
Mix 104.1 and Honda of Cleveland are teaming up to give one deserving teacher in our local area the chance to win a 2025 Honda Civic LX. Nominate your favorite teacher at mymix1041.com or on the Mix 1041 app.
Dad, what are you doing? We have an important meeting soon.
What could be more important than making sure this mattress is right for our customer?
You're right.
Oh, well, you should listen to your dad more. Now help me make this bed.
Right now, during our Catch Z, Save G sale, you can save up to 57% on overstock Mermaid brand mattresses.
And that's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep, locally handmade, hand-delivered.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
My name is Mark Road Truck. My job has me on the road a lot. When I decided to get a new EV, it was a no-brainer that Don Ledford is where I was going to go. The selling experience was fantastic. When I made the decision to buy the EV, I had heard concerns of what's called range anxiety. You've got a certain range you can go, and you got to charge up. The Chevrolet app is fantastic, and it really put my range anxiety at ease. I recommend Don Ledford to everyone because they treat you like family.
Ready? If you want cool lawyers in Southeast Tennessee to represent you, it's Logan Thompson. We're cool and we get results.
All right, let's do it again.
Yeah.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
I know we're getting some response here on the Make a Change Day with what we're asking about.
That's right. Yeah. So we just heard from Justin Akins, assistant pastor at Southview Baptist Church. He says he just called in a $100 pledge and challenges any preacher, regardless of denomination, to give at least $100.
Thank you, Justin.
Yes.
That's going to buy a lot of sack packs.
Also heard from Brad Moffitt, $100. He says he's out of town, but he's going to bring that by here.
How you doing, Brad?
We have, let's see, Alice Sanders here, and trying to get to her message. Yeah, she is going to donate, so we appreciate that.
Thank you, Alice. Wonderful people. I know them very well.
Keith and Stephanie Reffner, $50 for Zach Pack.
There we go. Let's see. That's about, what, my remedial math tells me that's about 8 sack packs.
That's right. Brian and Michelle Trotter, a snack pack each. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see. We have Liz Moffitt is planning to donate here.
Thank you, Liz.
Let's see here. The Bledsoe family, $20. Thank you so much.
I mean, that right there, you're looking at 3 children, maybe a little more there, that they're going to be fed for a weekend because of the Bledsoes. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, the White family, Amy White and her family, $25.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much.
And then this one just in, Rodney and Pamela Murray, $100. Thank you, Rodney.
Oh, they help us every time. Rodney, we'll see you tomorrow. We fed Rodney a bunch of pizza last Friday, and can't wait. And we're gonna talk bike-a-thon tomorrow. But Rodney, thank you. And Rodney does a lot, obviously, for children, and Pamela at the YMCA.
Sheridan just sent me some calls here, but we've been getting this question on the text line. The best way to actually give the money, visit unitedwayocoee.org/give, and then you'll select Make a Change 2025 from there. So that's unitedwayocoee.org/give. And then, so here are our call-ins. Here we have Cora Shope, $100.
Cora, how you doing, Cora? Been a while.
Also, Brian Lee, $65.
Thank you, Brian. That's right. That's 10 sack packs, Brian. Great.
Also, Michelle Lesnewski, $100. Thank you so much.
Sure, that's from Michelle and not Rich. So I have Rich is there. Hey, thanks, guys. That's just wonderful.
And then this one just in here, Juan Gomez, $50.
Johnny!
Yeah.
Johnny, that's about 8 sack packs, buddy. Thank you very much. That's probably more than that, actually. So thank you very much.
Awesome.
Hey, this is great. Keep it coming. We're so $6.50 will buy a pack of food so a child can eat over the weekend. I really, there's not much more to say than that. Call us or text in 423-614-6499. God bless you, people. I'm telling you, best people in the world. Whenever there's a need, best people in the world. All right. And don't let all this good talk go to your head either, okay? But it is true. It is true. Let's go to the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center, 825.
Whenever you see the big box chains that sell mattresses, you'll also find locally owned Mermaid Mattress, either across the street or around the corner, where more of your dollars will stay local.
All right, for today, we'll be under a wind advisory from 1 o'clock this afternoon through 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll have a cold front moving through later this evening. The timing for our listening area is 10 p.m. tonight through 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. We're under a limited severe threat, but heavy rain and strong winds are possible. Gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour possible for several hours this evening, so be aware of that. A high of 68 and a low of 51 this evening. For tomorrow, cloudy skies, gusty winds during the morning, a high of 57 and a low of 32. And then on Thursday, mostly cloudy early in the day, sunny skies for the afternoon with a high of 53. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 41 degrees. Taking a look at the central heat and air radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
Car troubles bringing you down? Drive safe, drive smart. Call Two Brothers Tire and Auto, 423-790-7447.
Mix 1041.
Spring is just around the corner. The Town Squire's ready with their seasonal sales still in progress. The Town Squire selection's good with the sale prices.
Meteorologist Clay Smith. Clay, what's going on? Yeah, Paul, things are quiet this morning. It's a little bit on the cool side. Some of you in the 30s, some in the 40s, but later today we'll climb up into the upper 60s. Steve.
And I tell you, here we go. We're joined by our friends from Life Care Center of Cleveland. The executive director is Josh Lee. Josh, how are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing great. Great to be with you today.
And you've brought our longtime friend, Chad Grisham, in here. Tell us about Chad.
Yeah, so Chad's our director of rehab. He's actually been with our company for 20 years and more. So he's great. He's got an awesome team, and that's what we're here to talk about to you today.
Well, Chad, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Talk about the rehab team at Life Care Cleveland.
Well, I was telling Josh out in the lobby, we come with a great team that has some great years of experience. Our average probably experience is about 15 years, which is pretty amazing considering the ever-changing world we live in where, people like to stay a year or two at a job. So we've got some great longevity, some great therapists that do, really great things as far as working with Parkinson's, working with dizziness and working with strokes and all sorts of diagnosis that can really, impact those around us, our loved ones, and really get people back on their feet and back functioning in our community.
Having known so many people at Life Care over the years, and you yourself, I know you guys have had some wonderful outcomes, haven't you?
We have. We've had success stories that are amazing, and I tell our therapists every time, I'm like, don't take this for granted. As people walk out the door that have come to us in wheelchairs and bedridden, and then they walk out, I said, never take those opportunities and those moments for granted, because it's special. It's special when you see somebody that you didn't think would make it is now, out here walking around, and you see them in the grocery stores, and it's just exciting.
Josh Lee is the Executive Director of Life Care Cleveland. Chad Grisham, the rehabilitation team leader. And Josh, what does it mean to Life Care Cleveland to have such a great rehab team?
Oh, and our mission is just to be the premier provider. And without the success of our rehab team, we couldn't get there. And so it just has to echo what Chad said. It is, it's awesome to see that progression, to see that success. You sometimes get to see that a little bit more clear in our therapy department whenever you're seeing a patient on where their current standing is and where they get to on their goals. And so it's a whole team effort. We've got a great team. A lot of different team members and other things, but our rehab department, with them being able to get that hands-on, therapy with the patients and see that success is incredible.
Chad, what do you tell people who are looking and need things like this? What do you say to them this morning?
Well, obviously we're the best. I always say, I lead with that. But healthcare is changing, and you've probably seen it. We've all seen it. We, get to these doctor's appointments. We're in and out, and it's a changing world that we live in. And our team has been unchanging in a changing world. Unchanging in the way that we are still consistent. We still provide great care. There's a lot of changing in skilled nursing altogether, and as far as like the care and the amount of therapy people get, we haven't changed that, because we believe that if we take care of people, if we do the right thing, then the right results will come. And so we've kept that model. Life Care's supported that model, and I'm appreciative of that. And that's why we are the best, because the support we have around us is top notch. But the care that we provide is top-notch as well.
All right, Josh Lee, Executive Director of Life Care Center of Cleveland. How can people get more information about Life Care Cleveland?
Yeah, absolutely. So they can go online to our website. We've got functions there that they can submit a request or just give us a call. We'd love to give you a tour, tell you a little bit more about us.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great to see both of you, and we're going to come back. We have sports and another special interview coming up. Mix 104.1 at 8:31. Good morning.
Mix 104.1.
ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
Hardee's Original Bag packs 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink for just $6.99. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 Original Bag, only at Hardee's.
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Wake up, sleepyhead, get up and play. Everything's yellow, it's a beautiful sight. Sunbeam showers makes everything right. Come on now, let's get away.
Make every day brighter with the sunny southern goodness of Mayfield Dairy. Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Thank you, Cleveland and Bradley County, for supporting Vendor Realty for the last 55 years. More than ever, we are ready and prepared to help our community be home. The real estate market is changing and evolving, and the Vendor Realty family is ready to help navigate today's market by providing professional, knowledgeable, and resourceful advisors to help your dream of calling someplace home. For all things real estate, be home with Vendor Realty, 425 25th Street, 423-472-2173, vendor-realty.com.
At summer camp, kids find their why. Friendship and fun, a world of adventure beneath a golden sun. When kids find new passions, they find their why. Summer camp season starts soon. Find your why for a better us.
This is Roy Michael Roman with RMR Legal PLLC, Cleveland's newest hometown 24/7 law firm for all your legal needs. Give us a call at 423-528-8484.
All in the region tournament phase here, and last night, the girls' region semifinals at Cleveland High School. Bradley over East Hamilton, 101-18 last night. Cleveland High School over Ooltewah, 64-40. So that sets up the girls' region championship game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Cleveland. It will be Bradley-Cleveland tomorrow night. For the girls' region championship, we'll have double coverage here on Mix 104.1 and on MixTV.tv. Shelton and I will have the TV coverage. Gary Ownby and Steve Wills on the radio coverage tomorrow night. Now, because Bradley and Cleveland won last night, both teams are now guaranteed a sub-state game this Saturday night. The winner will host, the loser travels to Middle Tennessee. We're talking about whoever wins tomorrow night and loses tomorrow night. All right, so tonight is the boys' region semifinals at Walker Valley High School. Walker Valley boys will play East Hamilton in the region semis at 6 o'clock tonight. Bradley plays McMinn County at 7:30 right here, Mix 104.1 and the Mix app. Also around the area, Meigs County over Kingston girls last night, 60-49 in the semifinals. The McMinn Central Chargerettes of Johnny Morgan over Tellico Plains, 76-49. And hello, Copper Basin. They're in tune this morning. They defeated South Pitt last night, 70-27. Big news from the TSSAA on Monday. Historic day, really. The TSSAA approved a rule change to allow students to transfer schools without losing eligibility so long, and here's the caveat they're saying this morning, Chattanooga Times Free Press, Steve Hargis reporting, so long as it falls under the parameters of academic, social, emotional, environmental, or mental health needs. It was an 8-4 vote. The TSSAA Board of Control changed the decades-long rule where a student used to have to move into a school district or sit out a school year or sit out an athletic year. So that has now changed. They're calling it a step to total change without any caveats, but that's where they are after yesterday. Jimmy Johnson announced he's retiring from Fox NFL Sunday. Johnson, 81, part of the original cast in 1994. Left 2 years later, go back coaching, came back
to see a
in
primary
2002.
care physician. If you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting...
It's the President's Day sales event at Crown CDJR Cleveland. Shop over 230 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get financing as low as 0% for up to 72 months. Crown CDJR, the better way to buy and service.
Magnolia Dental Center of Cleveland wants to welcome you to the Magnolia family, a local dental clinic that uses their God-given knowledge and and skills to bless our community through dentistry, checkups and cleanings, fillings and crowns, dentures and partials, emergency dental care, and so much more. Conveniently located at 2190 Chambliss Avenue. Call them at 476-3307 to set up an appointment today for you and your loved ones, ages 12 and up. Free exam and x-ray through March 31st.
I'm Brew McCoy, your favorite Tennessee wide receiver. In the world of football, precision is everything. Every pass, every catch. But what about when it comes to protecting your home? Best Buy Metals can manufacture a custom-fitted roof that will protect your home for a lifetime. Best of all, it can be manufactured the same or next day. Call or visit a Best Buy Metal showroom or drop by bestbuymetalroofing.com to get a quote today. Best Buy Metals, roofing that lasts.
Hey, time brought. See, we gotta get into this. Direct Primary Care Associates. That's Fretwell's idea. Here we go again. And sadly, Duane Goff's heart is still beating, but we'll figure that out. You got something for me?
Well, I've got the questions. You got them
All
on
right.
the phone there.
Very nice. All right, so we welcome you back in, and we're joined now by Platinum Heating and Air. We have Ronnie Goff and Duane Goff, and you guys are related?
Yes, first cousins.
Do you admit that publicly?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, good morning, Platinum Heating and Air. Ronnie, tell me about this.
What's that?
Tell me about Platinum Heating and Air.
Oh, yeah. We're a HVAC company, and we love what we do. We're not comfortable until you are. We like to get out there and make sure everybody's comfortable, help out the community. And we've been in business. This is our second year, and we're just enjoying what we're doing and having a good time and rolling with it.
Here's the thing. I feel like we need to stop this interview, Steve.
Yes.
Candace made me get dressed up. Ronnie came in here dressed up, and then you pull a Zelensky over here.
Whoa,
come on now. Sweatshirt. I hope people are seeing this online because they need to log in online. I know it's radio, but online, if they will see what you did to us here, and it's a little insulting.
Well, I would say this, that well, fine. Thanks, JD. No, here's the deal. I do a radio program, and I've done it for 30 years. They've just got cameras in here. I do not care.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
you didn't even know they were here.
Thank you, people, for watching, but I don't care.
Well, at least Bridget looks nice. I can appreciate that.
Right.
Thank you, Bridget.
That's right. Duane, how'd this all get started, buddy?
Oh, man, Ronnie's from Florida, and about 8 years ago, he moved up here and to help me out with my business and properties and things. And so he was helping me out every day. And so we ran into an issue that is common, especially in the spring and fall, where HVAC companies just have a hard time getting to everybody. So what ended up happening is Ronnie said, well, hey, I think I can tinker with this. And he kind of slowly started over the years working on some of my stuff. And then one day he said, I really like this. I think I'd like to, move in this direction permanently. So went and got his licensure. And then lo and behold, 2 years ago, he started his own company. We joined together to start Platinum Heating and Air, and everything's went really well. So that's kind of how it began.
We're joined by Duane Goff, Ronnie Goff. It's Platinum Heating and Air, and you can get a hold of them. I'll just go ahead and tell you folks listening on the radio because, of course, Duane is slammed me as he normally does. You know what? You're hanging out with Mark Shepard too much.
Yeah, I noticed you put this pad over here on the table. He must have been tapping too much over here, and you add his pad. I noticed. Hey,
Fruit Loops, he's making fun of the pad that you put on your bowling table here. Hey, Fruit Loops.
They get too excited when having an interview with you, so they just start beating on the table.
Well, yeah.
250. I like your number, 250-5050.
If you say 5050 enough, it's in our number, and it keeps the cops away. So multiple things that benefit.
Let's talk about preventative maintenance and how important that is.
It's very important. A lot of people don't realize that your system the main thing, it has to breathe. And you might buy a home, be a homeowner, and you just bought a home and you go in there and the filter looks good. It's like, okay, this is probably, the system looks good. But until you crawl in the attic and open up the air handler and look in there, the evaporator coil could be full of dust, full of debris, so the system has to breathe. So we make sure that we clean the evaporator coils, condenser coils, tighten all the wiring, especially high voltage. You don't want sparks happening. Make sure everything's tight. make sure the fan's good. We just go over the whole system and keep everything going so your system lasts, say, 20 years instead of 5.
Well, and that's going to save people money in the long run, isn't it?
Yes, a lot.
Absolutely. Platinum Heating and Air. We're joined by Duane and Ronnie Goff. And again, you can get in touch with them right now, actually. You can text in or call them at 250-5050. That's 250-5050. I'm interested, Duane, especially the networking. Networking groups, and I know you guys are a part of those.
Yeah, we are. Ronnie hit that up.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah, we love our networking groups. BNI, that's Business Network International. Actually, Mark Shepard.
Speaking of Shepard.
Yeah, speaking of Shepard. There is a great group, and the Chamber of Commerce, we're in with them. They're really good. So it's a good organization for you meet together and give out referrals to each other. That's how it's structured. And we get a lot of business through that, word of mouth, doing quality work. And us not being comfortable until you are, that's our motto. Mm-hmm. We actually aren't comfortable. If I go to the house and I get a shower and I'm kicking back and I get a call, somebody's freezing, I cannot relax. And Duane can't either. That's how we are about it. So we'll make sure they have a space heater if it's too cold, or a window unit if it's hot. So yeah.
Hey, the big thing is we answer the phone, and we're going to show up when we tell you we will. And those things sound simple, but they really are not. There's so many companies that just don't do it right, and we are doing it right. So we get a lot of referrals. Go look us up online. We've got a ton of 5-star reviews, and so that speaks for itself.
We're joined by our buddy, our friends Ronnie and Duane Goff. I can't even say my friend Duane Goff. Kind of choked me.
It hurts.
I love Candace and hello, LaVoy and Brenda.
LaVoy Jones.
Yeah, hello, LaVoy. Platinum Heating and Air, 250-5050. Final question. Just talk about the future of the business and where you guys are going.
You want to take that, Duane?
Yeah. We started off just methodically, getting a lot of word of mouth. We're doing networking. The big thing is just taking care of the people. We want to be a part of the community. We want to keep a good reputation. We offer a quality service. We make sure that our pricing is reasonable and that we, stay in contact with the people that we service so that they're happy for the long run. We want this to be a business that's here for decades to come. So this is not a kind of a short term in and out, and that's our goal, is just to keep growing it and make Cleveland great again. Is what we're doing.
Yeah. Oh, here he is again.
You're trying to get invited to the State of the Union. Yeah. Ronnie, anything you want to add here before we go, bud?
No, I think that's about it. Just make Cleveland great again. That's it.
They can check us out on our website. We do have platinumhvacpros.com. And then, of course, our number's 423-250-5050. So just call the 5050.
And Platinum Heating and Air, they're not comfortable until you are.
That's right.
Now, see, our motto here is we're not happy until you're not happy. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, a little different.
But anyway, Ronnie Goff, Duane Goff, Platinum Heating and Air, give them a call, text 423-250-5050. What's the website one more time, Duane?
It is platinumhvacpros.com. Appreciate Mix 104 having us here. Steve, Bridget, y'all are always great.
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, thank you for complimenting my attire.
Yeah, well, you got the 49ers on there, and people have something to say about that.
Thanks, guys. Great to see you. Folks, check them out, Platinum Heating and Air. We're back in a moment.
This is Roy Michael Roman with RMR Legal, PLLC.
ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
Hardee's original bag packs 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink for just $6.99. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 original bag, only at Hardee's.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Did you know that 6,100 students under the age of 18 vape for their very first time every day? It's time to make a change. Escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
I love the Cleveland community because I think it's a very warm place to live. It's just a very friendly community, and you don't necessarily have to be born here to fit in. There's a lot of folks that move here and they fall in love with it. I feel like we make our customers feel valued by the way we treat them. We're very welcoming here. We get to know them. We learn their names. We learn their goals, and we try to meet all their financial needs, not just do one transaction with them.
Mix 1041 and Honda of Cleveland are teaming up to give one deserving teacher in our local area the chance to win a 2025 Honda Civic LX. Nominate your favorite teacher at mymix1041.com or on the Mix 1041 app.
Dad, what are you wearing?
Your mother and I, prom 1979.
That couldn't be more out of style.
Well, you know what never goes out of style? Sleeping on a new Tempur-Pedic from Mermaid Mattress.
That's fair, but let's go take it off because you're embarrassing us.
Right now at Mermaid Mattress, get up to 5 years no-interest financing on select Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. But that's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep, locally, handmade, hand-delivered.
This is Roy Michael Roman with RMR Legal PLLC, Cleveland's newest hometown 24/7 law firm for all your legal needs. Give us a call at 423-528-8484.
Happy birthday to my nephew, Jamison Baggett. He is 17 today. He's a student at Bradley Central. Also, Declan McDonald is 7 years old today, a student at Waterville Elementary. And then Kenna Bryson is sweet 16 today, a cheerleader at Walker Valley. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritapest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. You can visit the new location of Simmons Bank in Cleveland at the corner of Keith Street, Stewart Road. Call Ken Dew, 423-381-3427.
Buddy, Tim Hewitt's here with the Logan Thompson Law Firm as they, of course, join us on Tuesdays. Tim, how are you, man?
I'm great. Good morning, Steve.
So glad to have you, and we got a couple of things to talk about this morning,
Yeah.
but I want to talk about, because the Logan Thompson Law Firm is just growing, it seems, leaps and bounds, and as someone who's grown up here, it's just amazing to see what the firm is basically can take care of pretty much anything that an issue a person has. But I want to talk about what you do specifically there at the firm.
So my practice is just focused on criminal defense. My entire career, I have focused on criminal defense, and for the last 6 years, that's been my practice at the firm.
When you approach a case, we live in a nation innocent until proven guilty.
That's right.
And that is so important. How do you approach the cases? I know they're all different, but just a general idea.
So when someone is charged with a crime, they're at their lowest point. So whenever somebody is meeting with me, it's not a good day for them. So I try to treat them with dignity, help restore their dignity, listen to them, and learn about their problems so that I can help them. And I think my clients find that to be refreshing because they expect to be judged for what they are charged with, and so they appreciate me listening to them and hearing them out.
And I think knowing so many of the attorneys at the Logan Thompson Law Firm, of course, Jimmy and Robert and Matthew and all around, I guess it's the personal care. And,
Yes.
and not just the care, there is personal concern, because the difference here is the Logan Thompson Law Firm is of this community, in this community.
That's right.
It was created by, in
Right.
a lot of ways by this community. And so there's a lot of concern, isn't there?
That's right. And you said it. We have a long history in this community, and particularly in criminal defense. Jim Logan has represented individuals in this community for over 50 years, charged with crimes, and he built a foundation of treating members of our community with respect and caring for them as individuals and as people. You're just not another case when you come into our firm.
That's a great point. We're joined by buddy Tim Hewitt, of course, attorney with the Logan Thompson Law Firm, criminal defense, and that is a lot of ways the heritage of the firm. Well, Tim, a big part of what Jimmy and Robert and the attorneys at the firm do is community service, and tradition of community service, part of your motto. And I know that you guys were talking about the Sack Pack program today. We've been having a special program last hour, really, with our United Way of the Ocoee region.
That's right. It's a great program, and I'm so glad y'all are partnering with the Caring Place. And I'm thankful for the Caring Place in this community. It's right by the Justice Center. So whenever I'm pulling into court, that place is packed out with people that they are serving there. We would like to donate $250 from the firm today to the Sack Pack program.
Wow, thank you so much. The Logan Thompson Law Firm, listen, always there for us and for the people, really, when we have needs. And so $6.50 buys a Sack Pack. That buys one Sack Pack. That's a lot of Sack Packs. So we really, really appreciate it. Hey, Tim, if folks are, thank you, first of all, and tell everybody we said thank you at the firm. How do people find out more about the Logan Thompson Law Firm?
Sure. You can visit us on our website, loganthompsonlaw.com, or we're on the Courthouse Square if you want to stop in and say hello.
Tim, great to see you, bud. Thanks.
Thank
you, man. Thanks for the donation. Well, that's a great way to end the broadcast here this morning. And so this reminder, Tim, if you're just joining us, what he mentioned, thank you, buddy. And that is yes, we've all been challenged this morning. About 7, if you're just joining us, about 7 o'clock this morning, we were joined by my buddy Steve Montgomery, who had the idea for Make a Change Day. And boy, I tell you, Steve he's been very public about. He nearly lost his life with heart situations. And so he is fortunate to be with us. He's the principal at Prospect Elementary, where my mother taught, probably fired from back in the 80s. But Steve had this wonderful idea, and I want to say this. A lot, and he would tell you this, Bridget, and also Austin, a lot of the Make a Change Day came out of conversations that Steve Montgomery and Duane Williams had at the YMCA.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And these ideas, and Steve mentioned this to me a couple weeks ago, because this is the final few days. They've been doing this for a couple weeks. And so this came out of Duane and Steve Montgomery's conversations at the Y. And, of course, we lost Duane January the 18th. And so I wonder, I had a call yesterday, a lady called me about another idea she had, honoring Duane's memory. Let me tell you, now, you remember how he felt about the Sack Pack.
Oh, yes.
Especially. And
Loved
these other Boys
yes.
Club and the housing. But Sack Pack was very close to his heart.
Absolutely.
Caring Place is very close to his heart. Hey, Fruit Loops, you remember that? Duane getting so excited about that?
Yes, yeah, he was very much a part of that. He loved being a part of everything that the Caring Place is doing and everything that United Way does in this community.
Yeah, that's that is just wonderful. And again, I'm getting people giving, and I'll tell you about that in a second. Bridget, let's thank some people. And so here's what you can do. $6.50 will buy one sack pack. That's how much it is. So if you want to do that, love to have you involved in this. Call or text in 423-614-6499. But what I was going to say is, I wonder who would do that in memory of Duane Williams. I mean, he really, in a lot of ways, helped get this started with Steve Montgomery. Bridget?
Yeah, so thank you so much to Justin Akins. He is an assistant pastor at Southview Baptist Church. He called in a $100 pledge and challenges any preacher, regardless of denomination, to give at least $100. Brad Moffitt, $100 from him. Also, Alice Sanders is going to be helping out as well. We have a donation of $50 from Keith and Stephanie Reffner, a sack pack each from Michelle and Brian Trotter. We also have Liz Moffitt that is going to be helping out as well. We have the Bledsoe family, $20 from them. The White family, Amy White and her family, $25. Let's see here. We also have, we had one in here. Oh, Rodney and Pamela Murray, $100 from them. So thank you so much.
Juan Gomez, I believe.
Yes.
Don't forget my friend Johnny.
Yes.
$50. Brian Lee, I believe, also gave.
That's right. Yeah, we had some call-ins as well. We have Cora Shope, $100. Brian Lee.
Cora's been listening to me for, 25, 30 years, I guess. She's a wonderful woman. Cora, I hadn't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing good.
Brian Lee, $65. Michelle Lesniewski, $100
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Don't forget, hey, Michelle, Dutton Rich, about this time of year, he won Mixed Madness years ago. Of course, Rich, I think still a fireman, maybe retired, but wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you so much. All right. Is that what you've got at this moment?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. So thank you for calling me, sir. Obviously not paying attention. Call the volunteer Red Pest Mix line. I'm waiting to hear from Eric Gardner about this. Somebody tell Eric, 423-614-6499. Hey, thanks to Cleveland State. You can text our Cleveland State text line, 423-614-6499. They host the packing of those sack packs every Wednesday, and wonderful volunteers who do that. All right, before we go off the air, I want to remind everyone, we're also giving away some great prizes with Mike Lee this afternoon on the Mix Afternoon Drive with Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. It's our spring break giveaway. Next week is spring break, and so all this week we're giving away passes to the Chattanooga Zoo and the Creative Discovery Museum. Mike will have another winner this afternoon. Lauren Heading was our winner yesterday. Lauren, congratulations. So Mike will give it away again today at 5. You want to enter that, you can text now or call 423-614-6499. It is 9 a.m. Your DPCA time.
This half hour of Mixed Mornings is brought to you by Uri Davis at Candies Creek Farm Bureau.